Do you remember anything about your first meeting with him and what was laid out for you and your future there?
I remember meeting with him in Coach Mendenhall's office, and he basically told me his plans, the way he saw the future at BYU offensively. Coach Mendenhall told me his stats and what he had accomplished while he was at BYU and what he had accomplished at Arizona, and that's his expectation, and that was having an offense that's ranked in the top 25 in the country year in and year out. And so I knew that that was the expectation going into it. I knew that he was going to expect a lot out of me as far as decision making and playing fast, doing the no huddle stuff, getting guys to the line. And so I knew what the expectation was early, and that helped a lot, and it's carried over and now into fall camp.
Just going fast day after day, do you expect a day where it wears on the offense and everything as far as just needing a break?
Yeah, I think our coaching staff has actually accommodated for that. Saturday's practice was extremely tough. Mondays was hard, and the last 2 days we had some time off to recover. And as you guys saw, that last 15 minutes or whatever it was, we went really fast, we went really hard, and we were able to do that because we weren't so fatigued from earlier practices. But we accomplished a lot today, and we weren't going as long, and it was really good. And so the coaching staff has accommodated for that, and it's been a good change.
Taysom, I know Kyle's a defensive player, Kyle Benton. What was your reaction when you heard he was coming back? What do you remember?
I was extremely excited. As far as an offense goes, you love having guys like that on your team. And, it's when you can go out on the field and not feel the pressure to score on every drive because you have guys like that is going to make plays. And we saw that in San Diego State where he just, he went and made plays and, scored 2 touchdowns that game. So I was really excited about that, one, because he's a good player, and two, because he's a team player. I had a conversation with him soon after he made that decision, and he said he loves the team, he loves the camaraderie that comes with being a football or BYU football player, and he wanted more of that, and he wanted to take advantage of that. So I knew that he's unselfish. All this praise and all those things that he gets, he would prefer it to be a team, or a defensive squad, not so much him, and that's just who he is.
Have you settled who's faster between you and him?
No, we haven't. So he's, we'll do that in time. But right now, as we gear up for the season and in Virginia, it's just been a fun conversation to have, I guess.
Because of the history, when a lot of people think of BYU, they think of quarterbacks. What does it mean to you to be the quarterback at BYU?
It's definitely an honor, a privilege, but I also realize that there's a lot expected out of me, and I know that, and I'm doing my best to fulfill that. And I worked hard this off season, and no one holds myself to any higher standard than I do, and I think that will allow our offense to be successful and me to be successful here at BYU.
Taysom, after 4 days of practice now, how's that knee feeling? Are you starting to, it's a whole lot of reps that you guys have taken in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting to feel it in the knee a little bit?
I actually feel really, really good. I just told our trainer I just finished stretching out, and I think this is the best I've felt in a really long time. Even after 4 days of practice, my body feels fresh, rejuvenated, and I think that goes back to the way our coaches have structured the practice, where we can go 15 minutes hard in team, but the period before that, it's not so intense. And they've done a great job at doing that, and because of that, I feel really good, and I feel like I'll be able to sustain this and keep my body feeling good leading all the way to August 31st.
I was going to ask, can you kind of assess the way the offensive line is coming together at this point in camp?
Our offensive line is playing really well. Our O-line played extremely well today. I think there was one play where I had to step up in the pocket and elude a little pressure, and we ended up scoring a touchdown on that to throw to Ross Oppo. And they've stepped up and made big plays. And Riker Matthews, playing the left tackle, still on that edge, has done a really nice job, as well as the other guys across the board. But I think Riker has stepped up and really taken on a leadership role as far as the offensive line goes.
Can you talk about your development, just your relationship with Mitch, how that's developing?
Mitch and I have always had a really good relationship. We came into BYU, entered here at the same time, and from the minute we met each other, we clicked. And anytime a quarterback sees a dude that's 6'6" and as athletic as he is, you're excited about it. And that relationship is carried over onto the football field. I probably spent more time with him than anybody else during this offseason, throwing and running routes, just because he loves the game so much and wants to get better every day. And that's shown. I think we hooked up on a big touchdown pass in our last drive of team, and he had a few other big catches as well for us this practice.
He said that last catch was kind of improv between you guys. Can you talk about that?
Usually, that's usually not in a read, that throw that I made, but the safety didn't go and help the corner. I saw him sit on our number 2 receiver, and I knew I had one-on-one, and again, I trust the heck out of Mitch. And even if I don't make a perfect throw, I know that he'll either catch it or nobody will. So I trust the heck out of him, and that trust came from this summer, as I mentioned, working out with him, and he makes plays. He just needs the ball.
But a lot of people on your team talk about Sky Ridley as this great route runner. What does that mean to you? What makes him so effective?
I call Skyler my Mr. Reliable, because I know he knows the playbook. We've been moving Skyler from X to Z and vice versa because he knows the playbook so well. And I think fundamentally he's just sound. You look at Skyler and you say, well, he doesn't look like a great athlete. I don't know how tall he is, maybe 5'11", but he's made some really big plays for me this season, and I throw him a jump ball and he'll go out jump somebody and make a play. And same thing goes for Skyler, that dude loves football, and if I throw him a ball, I know that he'll either catch it or nobody will. And that's just the type of player that Skyler is. He's reliable, and it's nice to have as a quarterback.
Pocket collapses. Sometimes would you rather have a tall target, or is an effective route runner acceptable there?
Either or is definitely acceptable. I would prefer to have a dude that's 6'6" or 6'7", but with Skyler, I know exactly where he's going to be. I know that he's going to be right where he needs to be. So if the pocket does collapse, or if I can't see over one of my linemen that's 6'8" and I'm 6'2", then I trust that guy to throw it up to him. And so either or works. But Skyler, he makes it work because he's so reliable.
It's nice to be able to talk about Skyler, to be able to talk about Mitch, but you got a beast in Cody Hoffman, a guy who you're expecting big things out of. What have you seen from Cody so far this camp?
Cody came off an injury, surgery during spring, so he missed a lot of practices there, and first time really being in the up-tempo, fast-paced offense, and he was a little out of shape. I think it caught him a little off guard about how hard and how fast we are going. But he's gotten better every day in it, and him and I hooked up on a really long pass in our run play action period. He took for a touchdown, and he made a great play on the ball and went and caught it and outrun everybody else. So Cody's going to be Cody, and he's reliable, and again, he's a big target, and you'll see what you saw last year out of Cody and then some, and if not, guys are going to double team him because of what he's done, and we have other guys to throw the ball to. So offensively, we have a lot of weapons, and we're going to be hard to stop if we continue to play this well.